You have no share. People need to be aware.
Yeah.
Kati bali ku kabadi ka kumalawo baana, the generation.
I know.
Osanga waliwo generation eddako esinga obubi eyaffe.
Of course, kuba baba bakutte bato.
Bato.
So baba bakuza.
Olaba amasimu where a child owns a phone. That's part of the agenda.
All right. This one is very unscripted. We're just going to have a conversation. So, we're ready? All right.
Welcome to the LyfeBe podcast. In every episode, we dive into the most relatable aspects of life, helping you navigate the complexities of our contemporary world. Let's get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night all over the world. We're excited to be here and yet another wonderful day on the LyfeBe podcast. We're here to share truth, to share knowledge, to share parts of our lives that we've learned, to just have the hard conversation that nobody wants to talk about, and to just talk about life. And this is why it's called the LyfeBe podcast, to talk about the state of life, the state of industry, the state of fashion, the state of everything, and the state we're at right now. And you're very welcome. Please like, share, invite your friends to watch, comment, let us know what you think, what you want us to talk about. And we're happy that you've chosen to give us these minutes of your time. And without further ado, I'm here with a lady I've wanted to meet for a long time, for very many years. And we've crossed paths. We never really sat down to talk until one day we had a brief conversation while we were shooting. I think it was the episode with Mackenzie. We sat and shared about a few very interesting things that people never know, believe, or want to get into. And today we're going to have a conversation about life and these things. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me the amazing songbird, Naava Grey.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you. I love your music. One of my favorite songs is Nenya Sirinya Tunulanga Talaba. I think God has gifted you with a great way of writing Luganda songs, and they sound like they're not Luganda. They sound like it's music. And you write beautifully. You have an amazing voice. And I think your job as a writer is very prolific. I've had over the years very many people talk about how you've helped them better their writing skills, help them, advise them about their songs, how you've written for some people. And I'm happy to have you on this podcast.
It's great to meet you.
How have you been?
I've been good.
You've been
good. We thank God for life. Life is a gift.
It is.
It is.
You've been so scarce.
Yeah, but I'm grateful. I've been protected.
You've been protected. That's important.
It's good to protect your soul.
Yes, so much.
The horrors of the world and its horrors. There's so much.
The pressures of life and,
pressures
and the
of
industry.
Life, the trials. Of course, life is, it has to have the trials and everything, but God has given us solutions. So if you follow God's commands and laws, I mean, you're on the safer side.
He's given you a manuscript to follow through life.
For real.
That's beautiful.
And I'm really grateful. From the very beginning, when I didn't have a clue what I was doing, especially in the music industry. I mean, I met with a lot of, what they call it? I think it was not like a desperate situation, but I think God taking me through the music industry was for me to learn so many things. Because I was like thirsty for independence, thirsty to know myself more. I needed to know exactly who I was and what was my purpose in life. Like my spirit kept yearning for that. And throughout the entire journey, there's so much I've learned. I'm not the same person I was at the very beginning when I was starting up. So I'm really grateful.
Okay, so let's go back to the very beginning that you talk about. Who's Naava? How does Naava get into music? How does Naava get onto our screens and our radios?
First of all, I was the last born. 5 children, now we're 4. We lost our brother.
Oh,
God rest his soul. 5 children, I'm the last born. I used to look up to these guys because they were talented. I mean, I'm talented, yeah, but these guys had skills everywhere. If it comes to art, fashion, singing, writing music, I mean, I used to look up to them. And I thought maybe I'll just work in a bank or something of that sort one day. Like, I mean, they were like, I looked up to them. But then there came a point in my life where there was something like I felt bored with life. At one point when I was like having my 1-year-old, by then the Tusker Project Fame thing came through.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel bored with life. Like, there's nothing adding up. I need to do something. And before you know it, the Tusker opportunity came. So I was like, let me just go for it. And
this was 2008?
Yeah. So I was like, let me just give it a shot and see where I'm positioned, because I didn't have a clue where exactly I fit. So I went there, and it was like a learning experience. I learned so many things. I learned that I'm not, I don't like cameras and all those, so like crowd was, okay, but it was an eye-opener. Everything started to show me exactly where I should be and what I should focus on. I didn't know that I could write music. But because I spent a memorable time with my family, and these guys were so talented. I had a brother, the one I lost, who used to write. Like he started rap before I had rap in UG. For real, like at a very young age. He was he was a multitasker. Like everything he did to perfection. So we had more of this. My siblings, my sister, my brothers were also, like you don't just write something and in their presence and they won't criticize you.
Oh, so
to the core, like you have to be well prepared to face them. So I was like, no, I can't do this. I mean, these guys are too much. I don't have this much of a skill. Not knowing that in the future, God was preparing me for
this stage where you'd write and perform and sing.
Yeah. So Tusker came, I went there, I noticed so many imperfections about myself. I was like, okay, I think this is it. So when I was kicked out, I think in the 11th position, I came back thinking, okay, school now. That is done. I already know that is not my thing.
I've tried that out and
so
that's
that is not my
mine.
thing. So let me just do something else right now. Figure out work and start to continue with studies and work as well. So in between, I never realized that there were people watching that were aware. So I used to get phone calls, get to go to places, meet artists, meet the likes of Steve Jean. I met producers, I met artists. I think one of the main artists I met during that time was Alpha. He introduced me to GNL.
Alpha, KS Alpha.
KS Alpha during that time, yeah.
Yeah.
And through that I met GNL. Then I met Steve Jean. Then I met the likes of Mesach. So the journey to Mesach's place really taught me language, what do they call it? Because at home it was mostly English.
Oh,
I speak a lot of English. Now here I am, God's taking me through the journey. Go to Mesach.
Who's doing Luganda?
Like God is taking you there. Who's doing Luganda? So you need to accentuate the language. We didn't have those accents.
Yeah.
Learn the Luganda words. From there, I went to Steve Jean's. I met Michael Mugisha through Steve Jean. And that's when
Michael Mugisha, aka Michael Fingers.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. He's a gift.
Oh, that guy. People don't know so much about him.
I still praise him now because I haven't gotten to work with a producer like him.
Yes, he's in a league of his own.
Yeah, he's gifted. He's gifted. If he's watching, Michael, you're gifted. He had a few tracks. Like he listened to what I had done over time. Like I used to record myself at home. And I had brought him demos. And he was like, okay, this is not bad, but this is not what will help work with you. It won't work. It won't work. But don't worry. Of course, I was frustrated and whatever. And he was like, don't worry. I have a few tracks. Let me play for you some. And among those tracks, he played the Mterede track. And it was amazing. At that very moment he played the track, I was able to write something.
Because it was different. Even when you hear it, I remember hearing that song and I was asking myself, by then I didn't know Michael. I'm like, did she record this in Europe? Like it was a totally different sound.
Because he was coming
with Luganda, which you never had anywhere.
For real.
So I was like, wow.
But the training paid off. I'm telling you that this is how God scripted my life. From nothing to something. So I write the lyrics there and then, and before you know it, we have Ntedede. Michael is a blessing during that time, because I was going through a lot after Tusker Project fame. There's certain things that I was facing.
Like what?
There were changes. I realized that the reason as to why so much happened was because God was taking me to a certain life level. So sometimes we are given trials, challenges to prepare us for that other level that is coming with its other.
Because they're growing you to that stage. Yeah.
So I was grateful. So we did Ntedede. We just did. He told me, don't feel frustrated. It's not sounding good as you're singing, but once we record, it's gonna
sound nice.
Yeah, and that's what exactly happened. We had just done the chorus, and everyone was like, "This is the song." No one was leaving the. Everyone just, gathered around the next day after it was recorded in the studio. No one was leaving studio just because of the chorus.
Wow.
So he said, "You see what I told you? Now come back tomorrow with the rest of the parts, the bridge, the choruses, and we're good to go."
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm talking about a song that smuggled itself out of studio.
Hey.
Yeah.
Like you didn't plan that now we can release the song somehow.
There were a couple of people that came through in absence at night. There used to be some radio personalities that used to come through, and the people that were working there at Fenon, a few people would play songs they had recorded.
That they loved.
Yeah, and this specific song was playing. It was still a demo called Gwenange. So they kind of, the radio guys smuggled it out of and took it to Capitol.
Oh.
During that time.
Yeah.
Imagine I was told this in 2014 when the song...
Oh, you didn't know that at the time?
Yeah. So this song was smuggled out. And it forced when is it Michael got the hang of it? There's a song playing. It's called Gwenange by Naava. He had to master it very fast,
quickly, so he can
and
put
call
out a very good song
and take it back to Capitol.
Yeah, a finished product,
and kill the other one.
Yeah.
So it kind of created mixed feelings with the
production house. Yeah.
And they were like, you know what? How can you get?
And by then you were on contract, right?
The contract was with Michael.
Oh, okay, not with the.
Yeah,
okay.
But later we started to work with Steve.
Oh, okay.
After Michael left, because Michael had to
go back
get
to the
married,
UK and all that. Yeah.
So that was like a different life for him. He had to cut. You know, when you're starting something different.
Yeah.
There's certain changes you have to make about your life to fit in with
where you're going.
Yeah. So the song was played everywhere. Everywhere. It played everywhere. It took itself to Nigeria. And this specific guy, the artist called M.I. M.I. the rapper.
M.I. yes.
Yeah. He wanted us to do it in English, to redo it in English. So there's a remix of the same song. Yeah, in English. You've never had it?
No.
It's on my page.
I'll look for it.
YouTube.
I like M.I. M.I. was he on an R. Kelly project? Or
was he?
Hands Across the World. I don't remember, but he's big. He's one of the African hip hop artists I used to like. M.I. and there's another guy. What's the other one? There's another one.
Nigerian
from Kenya.
as well?
No, from Kenya.
From Kenya.
I have two favorite hip hop artists. They're conflicting because one of them is my friend, Danny Chigozi, Navio. And then there's what's the other guy? He's from Kenya. He would have been my best hip hop artist if he was Ugandan, but what's his name? He raps very fast. God, I lose the name.
In Kenya?
Yes.
I don't know.
He actually they did a song. They're on a track with Navio. It's a song with very many different artists. It's called what's his name? I forget his name. But anyway.
But I like Ru's flow. Ruyonga.
I
like Ru.
Ru is a beast.
Ru is the best.
Yeah.
Before Keko, without Keko. Keko before was.
Anyway, so you do the song, you do a remix of it with
Yes, we do the
MI.
remix. But before that, Ntedede was the first song to be recorded.
Yeah.
But Alibawani was recorded first. Was released first.
Okay.
Yeah. Imagine when I took Alibawani to be played in a certain radio station, we refused to play it.
Because they wanted the other one.
And SONY was the first radio station to play Alibawani. And then they came and took Nterede before Alibawani. So it was crazy. But anyway, that's life. So like I said,
in that season, what were you doing with yourself? Were you in school?
yeah,
or?
I was still in school. At the same time, I had a child. So there was family, there was school, work, and all those things. But music had kind of taken the entire space.
Okay. Okay. So you go from that and then you get signed. There was rumors that you could clarify that you were signed, I think, by SONY Africa or something.
The signing was more publication and distribution. It wasn't like Keko's, where they take you, they take you on like for good.
Yes.
They pay you money and all this. Mine was just distribution
And publish.
That was the only partnership I had with them.
Oh, okay. That was SONY Africa.
That was SONY Africa.
Okay.
Because the manager at that time, the person that was handling my stuff, was like, publication and distribution will do for you.
Yeah.
And of course it did.
Of course you had content that was
for real,
very international, like worth everybody's listening.
You know, there's a difference between somebody that writes, there's a difference between one that is being written for, especially the songs, and one that can write for themselves. You decide your direction.
Yes.
And you have to be wise. I understood that in this industry, you have to be wise. Yes, there are mistakes and errors that I made. But I'm grateful that I was able to rectify and discover who I was and what exactly I needed. You have to be stubborn at one point. You have to be obstinate in nature to manage, because at the end of the day, it's your life. Life can swing you left, right, wherever. But if you're not in control of your spirit, you can end up with absolutely nothing and no soul.
I know.
And that would be very painful.
That's true.
Be it politics, be it any business, be the one in control. Don't let it get to your head, because that's what has caused many artists to kind of give up on their talent, on your gift. And the gift is from God. Why don't you give it back to God?
That's true.
By acting, by being decent with it. Following the laws and commands is not something that we should joke around with, because things are serious. You know, when you're a child and doing and playing with your toys and everything, life seems to be simple.
Yeah.
But when you come back to reality, that's the real deal. At one point in your life, somebody's taking care of everything. And then here you are having to take care of your life. It comes with a lot of things. There's so many hurdles. There's so many things that happen in the music industry that I would love people to share, especially those that are going through them. Let's not lie to the media that all is well. No. There are labels people are signed onto, and this label is selling your soul. There is that, what they call it, indication or a paragraph somewhere, hidden somewhere, that your soul has to go with it. The Americans are like coming through so much proof lately, and I'm great. I've seen on Twitter, artists coming through and spilling the beans. It's not rosy. Yes, you can have the cars, but the car can't give you peace. It can't give you the happiness you need. The new trend lately the trend lately is peace. Anything that does not give you peace should be discarded. There are incidences where people send you certain gifts, and the gift has something. There's a hidden destruction in it. For example, the cars, the money, the fame, the power. These gifts, if not from God, they're going to cause you a lot of destruction.
So we hear these things,
and we think it's a joke, and we think it's for play.
Illuminati in the movies, and we're thinking, ibintu by'abazungu here we okay. How do you get to the realization of all this?
No, there were times, Mani, when you go to sleep, I never thought that you could see much.
Yeah.
But like I said, God Mukama, ainengeri jatambuliza mitendera. I didn't know that I could dream and see certain things, and at one point visions.
Yeah.
I could see visions. Like there were so many things be bambikkulira ku bantu be tutambula nabo mu industry, especially people that sacrifice children, people that have sacrificed themselves for fame, power, from brands to artists benyini kugamba.
What are some of these things? If you can just enlighten us, what are the things that are happening?
You know, the thing that bothers me the most is most artists don't know that their promoters or managers have already sold them.
Oh.
Like you get into this brand and you're excited, or because you've been desperate and finally something has
broken through.
Yeah, but before you know it, bakutade mu cage. Or no to cap point no lotangoli mu cage. Kati there are certain things I've seen about certain artists. Era abamu nemba approaching and bagamba gundi wesabire koli. Waliwo gy'oli gye bakuteeka. You think you're in a brand, you're under a brand, everything is going to work out for you, nabagenda oli mu busibe. You know? Kati bino byonna saakeera ku makya nti oba mbirowoozeeko, but you at the time you're sleeping, you're resting.
You get these revelations.
They come.
Yeah.
That's why ngamba nnyo nti abantu babeere nnyo mu meditation. Meditation really helps. Consistent prayer. Mwe mugamba pray without ceasing.
Yes.
Fe tubeera ku swala 5. Ne tubeera ntugamba, for example, nobeera ku kigambo kimula hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim, which means there is no power, no might except Allah is the greatest. Kati bw'obeera mu realm eyo, mu moment eyo, olina realm gy'oyingira. Because oli ku kigambo kya Katonda, so kigulawo some secret doors. They are secret. The spirit has secret doors, and the lock is through this the words of the scripture, the ayahs of the Quran. Kati ogenda okulaba nga olina ky'olaba n'ogamba, I didn't think of this kino ekinzijjidde. Ogenda okulaba nga okigamba omuntu kwe kikwatako nga mu butuufu kyekyo. So we all have that. It's just that tetuwadde nnyo obudde kigambo
to meditate and understand.
Tetuwadde nnyo obudde ate nga batutondera solely. Batugamba God created man and jinn to worship him. We are man and jinn. They are jinns. They also created beings. So we are created solely for that purpose, to worship him. You are not created in this world to worship your car, to worship wealth, to worship fame or power. So what are obuzibu? That's why you walk into a place, you may, for example, you forgot your dream or you do not dream at all. Because it's important for one to dream. But prophets balotanga bafunanga visions. Gwe ogamba toyina kifuna. Ne bategeera how to restructure their lives. How to walk ku path eyo ekutuusa watuufu. Because at the end of the day, wano tuliwo kaseera katono. But
that's true.
The hereafter is for eternity. Toyagala kuwangalira mu muliro. Like seriously, bino babitugamba nga tulooza bya kusaaga bikoma mu church, bikoma mu mosques. But gyebiri.
There's life after death.
This life is short. Mbu bajja tugamba nti ojja kutuuka okufa naye obeere nga eyakayita mu luggi. Like that's how short it is.
Yes.
So bingi mukama byatubikkulira, but we're too busy with the world. We're worshipping. We're busy worshipping the world. So that's why certain things are closed off from you. Why do you think Moses, alayhi salam, why do you think Moses was able to tap on the rock, water gushing out? Because he was on that path, worshipping uncontrollably. Ndoza yabeeranga ku meditation buli ssaawa ali ku kigambo kya Katonda. So enzigiza spirit nestandika okukola ki?
Okweggula.
Not walking rightly, walking righteously. You're able, if we had the same faith that these people had, we would watch mountains, we would demolish mountains. Bagamba, if you have the faith of mustard seed.
Of mustard seed, you can move mountains.
Yeah. So it's the same thing, that God has not detached us from this. That's why we're special beings. That's why the enemy tatwagala.
Yeah.
Because we're special. We're that special.
You have the mark of God on you.
We have power.
Yes.
That there's certain things that angels cannot do, but we can do.
Yes, that's true.
So that's how special we are. That's why Stanley aleseewo order bu new world order okutujja ku mulamu abaana baffe bonna bagende in destruction. Generation etuuke nga it's worse than ours. Because tetufuddeeyo.
So in music, how would one be able to tell? Because I'm looking at an artist who's written a beautiful song, they put their song on radio, they become known, and then they're looking for opportunities. And I know many of them would sign up unaware because everyone
By
is
the way,
hungry
because
for
I also
opportunity.
not aware of certain things, but I'm glad. Let me just call it grace.
Yeah.
Grace through the people that were around me. My sister had been a great mentor spiritually. The reason as to why I'm even speaking the way I'm speaking is because of her.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had this much of an awareness about the things about life because I was so carefree and sifayo.
You just wanted to
And
sing.
I just wanted to sing. You know when you just want to sing and that's it?
Yeah.
And then you get into this music industry and it has lots of what they call it? Oh, there is so much filth in the music industry. So much filth.
Like what?
I won't mention names, but
I know you don't have to mention names.
When I started to see certain artists in the spirit nga bali mu kusaddaaka abaana abato abawere nendaba abamu nga bagenze to get wealth nga balina emibiri gya certain creatures era olumu omu yankwatako mu ngalo nempulira like ng'amasanyalaze ne ngamba oyo sijja kudda mu musemberera then nendaba labels ezimu nga waliwo abantu be bafudde ba lesbian of some sort or ng'olaba omuntu yatandika bulungi then all of a sudden ogenda okulaba balina slutty situation about them abamu bafuusa abalenzi abajjanga abawala kugamba n'olaba embeera eyo n'olaba abamu nga bafunye this anger because anger, you know what anger does.
Yes.
Olinga ayambadde spirit of anger, omulala waliwo abalala be nalabanga. They were my friends in the music industry. Baali batandika baali bava mu churches.
Yeah. And they just stand around.
Nene omu ne bamuyingiza mu homosexuality.
Yeah.
Byali bingi nnyo. Ne ngamba kugamba music tali mu ssanyu n'akamu. Balina abantu gye bakichannelinze ekintu ekyalibadde ekirungi naye kati kiri diverted kati nolaba olinga anoonya power fame.
So you started to get troubled by the things
yes I was so
saying.
troubled at one point. I was like I want to just abandon this entire thing. No meeting, let's say for example a person that's supposed to take you on a manager naye nga nebyakatonda tabyagala okitegeera kyegamba nengamba kale oba kutufanjala tufe, you understand?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to trade my soul, you know, for this kind of.
It's basically a transaction for the privileges. You get the privilege for your soul. Yeah.
Someone also told me, I can give you the whatever. You can have free flights. Just decide or just get married to me.
Oh.
You understand?
Just to have free flights.
Yeah, free flights and whatever, the life you want, the money and everything, the posh life.
So get married to me so I can give you the posh life.
So that means like you're selling your soul.
Himself. Of course.
For real. I mean, that's how it trades us.
Yeah.
Kati, someone might get into the music industry now and nalowooza nti nalowooza nti there's no life out there.
Yeah.
My journey with God has been amazing. There's a peace that the world cannot give you.
Definitely.
Sami oyinza okutuula mu nju naye nga oli mu ssanyu. You understand?
Yeah.
Like everything is working out. Tewali kyonoonya naye nga byonna bikunoonya. You're being fed. You whatever you need. Toyina ngambe nti yes, all the challenges, but tebuli nga biri ng'oli mu nsi. Where you're used to struggling, here there's somebody that's struggling for you. You're
basically living under the grace of God.
I'm telling you, there's grace.
Yes.
And the most important thing is walking rightly. What we've been abandoning. It took me time to let go of certain things, like what they call it, haram relationships. Relationships where you know muntu naye nga toli married to them.
Yes.
Mukama nampo soboza okubeera ng'ebyo mbisalako. It's a journey.
It is a journey. You learn, you unlearn, you adopt.
But olina gy'ova.
Yes.
It's for example, I met people along the way nga bo bangamba ebintu bino nenga sibitegeera. God had every dog has its day. There is a time for everything. Goyinza okusalawo nti ntereera essaawa eno naye nga kigenda kuntwalira ebbanga. Naye gwe kati olina okwogera, you have to keep saying, you have to keep preaching the word as God guides you.
That's true.
Not as you guide yourself.
Yourself, yeah. On your own,
we can't do anything on our own.
Yeah.
We can't.
Yeah.
So I met people along the way who were speaking about God and everything, but I wasn't ready yet. But it took time. God had to take me through every step to achieve that. He knows us.
To open your eyes to these different things,
to let
and
this
show
go.
you the path.
Yes,
to
because
walk,
that money, that His mercy is beyond words.
Oh, that's interesting. You know, everybody says, I want to get on the mainstream stage. Even the gospel artists, I want Nchikube. That's where the money is.
Let me tell you about the mainstream about gospel. Nalotaka about gospel abamu. I won't mention names.
Yes.
Olaba nti they are singing the word of God, but nga bambadde shiny outfits showing that it's slutty in nature. Abamu balina tattoo ku bisambi. Naye nga tuba tulina wano, they are gospel artists. What God is trying to tell us mainly nti Katonda atandikira no ku mutima. Bw'aba talimu wano ne bw'oyambala otya ne bw'opraisinga n'oyimbanga ennyonza. Ekigambo tekikoona. Olina okubanga your heart is dressed.
Yes.
Olaba okutuuka okwambala hijab is not, you don't just wear a hijab. You first have to dress your spirit with it so that it makes it easy for you on the outside.
Yes.
To wear it. Praying 5 times a day. Yes, I used to pray 5 times a day, but I was not yet there until I started to fall in love with it. It starts with the soul. The soul needs to be nurtured, but we have kind of ignored that because of the distractions, technology, and what we're using it for exactly. We should take it. Free downloads of this and that, movies.
Yes. Access to a lot.
Instagram, where people are forced to follow abantu abatayina kwegamba balina ennaku, but abantu balina ennaku, but you find somebody following because someone has a great following, 200 whatever, 300 million and whatever, but abantu bali mu distraction. Banya abantu tufune amaaso ga discernment. Tubeere nga tusobola okulaba nti omuntu ono, I want to follow this. Don't just follow anything. You don't know why you're following yourself.
Yes.
Doom is right is next door. It's not far from us.
Wow.
So even biwulira nti following Twitter, following Instagram, following, mubeere distracted, muve ku katuufu. Buli kintu kyonna ekijja kirimu tujja ku mulamwa because we are nearing the end of days.
Yeah. So we're just opening ourselves up to all the different things when we just randomly follow things we don't understand.
You know the story of Lot?
Yes.
We call him Lot. You know what happened?
Yes.
We've been sinful in nature for as far as
creation.
The creation of Adam. Till today. Tetukyukanga abantu tuli bazibu. Naye tusaba Mukama atusonyiwe atusaasire. Because there's so much going around, so much.
So when you share these things with your friends in the industry, do they see them? Do they understand? What have you seen?
Yeah,
because you've been graced in a special way that you're able to see these spiritual truths that not everybody has the grace or the opportunity to see.
Yeah, let me take you back to the time of writing and everything and the music that I did. And what the motive was.
Yeah.
I did songs like Ntered Day. For example, when a track plays, I was given the grace to understand what exactly I should sing about. So it was like a long distance relationship, and it's very easy to be tempted. But if the two of you are, what they call it, to bring people together. The main motive was to bring, especially marriages, together, people to work, because the devil atawanya nyo marriages.
Yes.
So for some reason, the songs like Sokalami Ntered Day alibomu were for that motive, abantu babeere wamu, because at the end of the day, neri gy'olaga bw'oba kino kitadde nga tekyabwa Katonda. Bigenda kusobera. And worse than this, nti walibadde ku kimu, walibadde ku mukyalo omu n'oguma, oba ku mwami omu n'oguma, kubanga tomanyi eri gy'olaga. Tojja kusangayo roses, ojja kusangayo ate ebizibu ebirala, ate bikutwala mu kizibu ekirala, kubanga ekintu kyonna ekya darkness kikuleadinga mu several parts of darkness.
That's true.
Naye senga oguma ate obenefitinga nnyo rewards mu kino ky'oba ogumire. With sacrifice wabeerayo rewards Katonda zaatuwa. Naye tetwagala zirinda kubanga twagala the first lane. Ate tubadde nnyo That's why the entire thing, Instagram following, where they're deviating from the path, is because you're following and watching someone. Yaguze Range Rover. Tomanji yagije. Oba ya sacrifices omwoyo gwe ne bamuwa ekimotoka. N'olaba omuntu nti ayina ennyumba naye tomanyi ennyumba eyo. Once there are houses that I've gotten into.
Yeah.
Gambo if you don't want to get you find yourself running out of that house.
Because the feeling is
you
so
feel it
evil.
you start to feel here and feeling azisituka ngambo tufu woli wacha nga yabadde mu kasiisiro singa. So we are busy trading our peace for nothing. For ebintu ebigenda tuletera ennaku.
Just trying to appease the world to make them think we're okay and we've made it.
Every one of us has been given something beautiful. Naye waliwo ebintu byaffe gye tubitadde gye tubisudde and we're busy following other people. We've thrown our stuff and we're busy. It's crazy.
Busy following distraction.
Yeah. And we're leading others as well. So oluusi you're following gikozese kubwa Katonda. Let your following not be tobeeranga bali abamanyi kye baliko agenda gye baliko. Kyuka bw'oba otegedde ekituufu.
So how do you help a young artist who wants
I've spoken to some, by the way.
Yeah.
I've spoken to some that have, especially their parents. Baddeko bembuuliridde Mukama mu ssaako zange gy'antambuliza.
Yeah.
Abamu kale ne bakitegeera ne ba acting in affirmative. Abalala nga bwe nagambye nti ffenna tubaddeko mu mbeera where omuntu akubuulira naye nga si bwe budde bwo.
Yeah.
Tonakitegeera bulungi agamba bayogedde
So you
biki.
ignore it.
Yeah. So sometimes you just pray to God nti njogedde. Muntu owuyo. Ye n'amukwata mu ngeri ye. Because he's merciful. He knows that tuli weak. He knows our weaknesses. Nange nalina somewhere gye nali. But it was because of grace. Mukama yampa obudde. He waited. Just like that song, Travis Green's song.
He waited. Yeah.
You know?
So have you had any attacks from these other people for the things you're telling other people? Have they
like what attacks? What
confronted you and said, "Hey, you're disrupting"?
Infringing?
Yes.
No, kati ebifuna because the enemy si bantu bano.
Yeah.
Naye
It's the spirit.
kibatuddemu.
Yeah.
Because you know very well that when you sell your soul, your actual self is taken somewhere and locked up.
Yeah.
Kati agent wa enemy yakutuulamu. That's why you see the anger. We were not born to be like that. The anger and everything byonna biri mu ggwe. Kati you're representing something else. You know, you've ever maybe come across a friend of yours gwe mwali at pa.
Yeah.
In your life, then nomusanga nga yafuuka.
Yes.
You've seen those incidences.
Yes.
Kataba
Very
ye.
many. Yeah.
Omulabe waffe
Something
omumanyi.
takes over them.
Yes, something takes over. So there are those incidences. So kunonako okuattacking abamulabe oli. In most cases bajja mu birooto.
The chief, not these little
follower. I
employees.
never follow any agents.
Yes.
So fe Mukama bada tusaasidde mu ddiini y'Obusiraamu. Waliwo aya ze tufuna ez'okwekingiriza. The 3 a.m. time is also beautiful. Your 2 rakas and you pray. Waliwo sura ezoogera ku bintu bino ebituukako right now. Nti byawandiikibwa dda. As far as we can, I mean, we were not existent during that time, but Mukama yatumanya. Ekiraga nti Katonda yatumanya nti kati akuleetera aya namba eyogera ku during the time of Sulaiman. When Sulaiman alayhi salam, when he sent the angels Harut and Marut to the world, baali bawakanya embeera y'abantu nti Mukama agenda kusindika abantu ku nsi bakole ki boonoone. Kati bano bamalayika ne babasindika ne babateekamu omwoyo gw'abantu. Anti mugamba abantu bange boonoone. Kati mwe katubafuula abantu abadde bamalayika mulaba you will contain. You will be able to contain it. Baali baakabasindika ano ne bakola ne boonoona nnyo.
Okusinga bye baasanzeewo.
You understand? Katonda kye yali ayogera n'agamba nti nze mmanyi kye mutamanyi. Kitegeera. So waliwo that ayah that you can read for the shaitans and because they know. They know the word of God. Either they know the word of God is a weapon.
Yeah.
So bw'osoma zi aya zino niweekingiriza Mukama abadde wa kisa nnyo. You also have Psalms and the 91 and everything. Ozisoma nezikola ki? Neziprotecting.
Yes.
Of course, they might scratch you a little, you know, but they can't take on ekya Katonda stand tasobola kitwala.
That's true.
Darkness and light cannot match.
Yeah.
It's either one.
So you have to keep protecting yourself.
Yes,
in the
because
scriptures. Cover yourself.
Cover yourself and walk rightly. We think we can have all these things around us, but then not forget the walking rightly.
We forget the requirement of the blessings and the protection, the work we have to do as the individuals.
Yeah.
That's true. So what's your approach when you get all these bookings? You perform at concerts, corporate events.
Katinze for now, but then mfunye obwangu obw'okugaana performing in bars by the grace of God. So you're such agenda because of my experience.
Your experiences and your growth spiritually.
Yeah.
You don't do pubs and bars anymore.
No.
Okay.
Zolaba how we walk in steps. Before it was easy, but now it's irritating. The more you run to God, I need to be akwambaza. Byakwambula biwayambala ebyensi nakwambaza ekipya
purifying
for real.
Yeah.
So funa amagezi agagana ebintu bili byali bikolera naye kati right now you feel irritated. You start to feel irritated. There are people that used to hang out with nga bakwanguyira luli naye kati right now you feel irritated
because you have different spirits.
And you feel it. You feel that there's no presence. So anyway, there's not a watali presence. Yeah, Katonda bolira.
You're uneasy. So
emirembe olira nga gikuweddeko. So you're guiding.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking to banti I'm righteous. No. Nchali kujani sinana kutuka.
But you've just surrendered yourself to the guidance.
All I can say is that there is peace with God. There is peace. There is peace, there is joy. And everything that God has spoken is the truth. We may not want to talk about God. We may not want to, like while we to come on interviews and everything, mutagala ogera ku kintu kya Katonda. Era ogenda okulanga bakisaze.
But and then they start to edit anything.
Waliwo interviews zenagendangako n'ogera ku ekyo tebaji screening.
Wow.
But I understood.
You're disrupting there.
You're disrupting source yabwe. Spiritually.
So they just end up editing everything you say about God.
Yeah.
How do you then navigate these spaces? Because you're still an artist, you interact with artists, those that have different spiritual backgrounds that are very disturbing.
The funny thing is, once you get the revelations and everything, it's God that leads you to these people.
Okay.
You do not wake up in the morning and say that this is now today. No. God creates
the avenue for you to be able to interact.
Like
divine appointments.
He creates it. Agamba kati mulesi. Chini titoina kwetemako communication. Ne Katonda, because you might miss out. You might miss out on the real deal. You might miss out on that moment. So you just have to meditate, seek God's forgiveness. Seek God's forgiveness. Kumande tumanya most cases, sometimes the things that we say, oina guokosa, oina ngejo chiresemu. So every day is an opportunity to okwetereza for the next life.
And you're still recording and doing more music, or you just decided to put music on a hold?
YouTube, I managed to put some works. Like lately it was about children. There's a song I did with Sam Bisaso.
Yeah.
It's called Ndibawa. This song I thought of it in 2014. But tugenda into meeting with Sam, nete twasobola dukola tumalirize 2017. It's funny.
Wow.
But 2024, ndozoba mukama jatwala. 2024 I realized that abana bali neglected.
Yes.
N'okumaliriza oluyimba luno era ne nduwandiika gye luli. and I'm glad some people have made remarks about it nti nali soogera na mutabani wange naye kati twogera because of this song.
That's beautiful.
Ebyo bintu binzaamu nnyo amaanyi because we have neglected the generation esinga okuba ey'omuwendo. We are abandoning our children. It doesn't matter how much money you have or what wealth nti omwana omutadde mu international school whatever naye gwe bw'oba tofuddeyo ku omwana n'omulekera omuntu omulala you're bound to suffer till your death. Banga bano abaana bagenda okukulabirira nga kaweddemu.
That's true.
Naye omuneglectinze bamusiya asanze abasiyazi nga abasiyazi basembera as far as mayumba gaffe. Sagala kwogera nnyo ku bo nga nagwo guli muzimu naye tufube okulaba nti emizimu gino twesibako fence of protection, and the only way out is with God. You can't say that God has given you a child ate omwana omututte mu ssabo ate kati omuliraanyiza ebintu ebyensi oli mu kyonoona kiri kirabo kiva mu ggulu
okikuuma na Katonda.
Kikuume na Katonda n'obufumbo bwa Katonda tebuva mu ssabo tebabalimba.
Sitaani talina
kyalina. By the way, let me tell you something. Bino byalina biri borrowed.
Yeah, counterfeit actually.
I'm telling you, fake.
Yeah, because the devil doesn't create anything new. All creation is by God, so he has to definitely counterfeit what has been created.
For real.
You're a parent. What's you're parent? You're passionate about children. What do you think about? What do you think is the impact of music in Uganda on our children today?
Like I told you, I don't know what foundation Uganda Jericho.
Yeah.
But at this rate, ndabanga tuli mukubula. Not kyogereko. I mean, it's what is happening. Because toyinza kugamba nti omuntu agenda kwogera ku mwenge, the same artist agenda ayimbira abaana.
Yeah.
Toyinza kugamba nti omuntu ayambala buskimpi. Sijudging myoyo gyabwe naye what you show at the end of the day, I mean, seeing is believing tuli bantu. Bano baana bakula. Nogera omwana n'okyaza omuntu school yaba baby. And these children, I mean, balina engeri buli kimu gye bakimira. Like
they're like sponges.
I'm
They suck in
they're
everything.
like computers.
Yeah.
Whatever you feed them. So toyinza kugamba nti fe abakulu fe abayinza bazze boonoona abaana. Fe abantu abakulu fe essomero n'okyaza omuntu who stands for prostitution, who stands for these things. Omwoyo of course toyinza kuŋŋamba kirala kyonna.
Yeah, of course. When you bring that person into your child's school, you're telling
and then
your child,
later on,
this.
when there is sexual abuse and everything happening around this child is ayodemize. Who are you going to blame? You're going to blame yourself first.
For what you've exposed them
Systemera
to.
gy'omututte? No. Gwe Mukama baba akuwadde ekirabo kino. It's up to you to protect it. Yonna gye kiraga. Masomero, parties, sleepovers, biki, simu. Abaana kati balina embeera ya iPhone.
Hey.
Kati I have to get the latest.
Yes.
But we are also very stupid. I'm sorry to say. I mean, because you have money, so you think the best way to rear these children is to give them whatever they have.
Yeah.
Because you're following the likes of Kim Kardashian. Baani abo. Now bali mu cult. What are they going to give you?
Nothing.
Distraction. Abaana baba bakuzizza batya. You see the turmoil around their lifestyles.
Family, yeah. And it's what we're passing on to the next
So bino
generation.
bintu bituufu
Yeah.
lwakuba people are waiting for somebody to speak about them, but at the end of the day, how about everyone becomes a preacher in your own space?
Yeah.
I think the world would be a better place. We'll get
Stand
there. But
for what's
Uganda
right.
weyimiridde right
Yeah.
now kugamba. Omuntu tebamuwa podium naye ng'ali mu nsaasi.
Witchcraft. Yeah.
Omuntu tebamuwa podium naye ng'ali mu obufumbo bwe buli on shaky ground.
Yeah.
A preacher. No, twogere ku bintu bino. Ekibi kiba kibi toyinza kiteekako cream n'ogamba nti nedda wano walungi ate wano. No, ekibi kiba kibi. If the truth comes out, maybe tuyinza okutaasa abantu abasigadde. Ne bataasa abalala. So I pray there's much more awareness. Mukama naawe akwatireko Sam. Kyokola.
I mean,
on a wider scale.
I'm about awareness because these are conversations people don't want to have, and people are scared to to open up about them because they feel they'll be judged or, you know, ostracized or something. But we need to talk about tomorrow. What's the future? How can we protect the next generation from all these vices? Because the enemy is working so hard.
Exactly.
And is very crafty. Because now the devil knows technology is controlling the world. So he's using media and technology effectively on our watch. You think your child is at home, they don't have access to anybody, they are safe, but you have a tablet, you have internet 24 hours, you have cable TV and they're watching all these things and you think they're safe, but they're not safe. They're behind your gate, but somebody out there has access to them.
I'm telling you.
So that's very key.
You can't tell me that you're too busy as a parent, too busy for your children.
That's true.
Because that's the norm lately.
Yeah.
You find parents nga akomawo 8 6 so mwana wa mulabako ddi jukira alina okukeera ku makya. The children are ignored. Amulabako nti yeebase but tomanyi omwana omukozi yamu abusinze tomanyi oba bamuliisizza biki tomanya gy'atambulidde tomanya mentality ye tomanya oba mulwadde or something of that sort because bino ebintu byebiriwo kati right now. There are neighbors around the place I stay naye ngezaako okulaba nti with the spirit of discernment yono omwana tulina okwogera ne muzadde gundi kola bwoti
to save that child
kubanga tulaba mannerisms z'abaana bano mukama alina engeri gy'akuwa obudde olw'abaana abalala obw'abaana abalala besides yourself nti kyobadde instilinze mu babo gezaako n'abalala because that's love, that's God's love for you.
Yes.
Nti ne wetuba tusabika there is a surah gye bayita the throne gye bayita Ayatul Kursi. Kursi means throne. Nti bw'ogisoma protection tegira gwe wekka wabula n'abali
around you.
That's God's love. Nti oyinza okubeera sami ng'osaba ewakawo naye nga n'abakwetoolodde mukama alina engeri gye batuukako ekisa ekikutuuka
as a result of being around them.
Yes.
That's beautiful. As we close, what are your parting words? What would you want somebody out there to know?
Two points.
Yes.
One to the fellow artists. Twebereremu. Byonna byonna bitumalira mu bwereere tukole kye tulina okukola. Mukama aba akuwadde ekirabo ddayo eri Katonda tuweebuzaabuza. Bino leero birina enkya tobirina. We were not the first to be created. Olwo abantu abaliwo before us that were greater than us. They were giants. There is no proof of their existence.
Yes.
So twekkakkanye tukole kye tulina okukola kubanga obudde buggwayo ate tuyimbe n'ebintu ebituzimba nga gwe olaba nti kikuzimba oba kizimba abantu yimba ku kizimba emyoyo. Toyimba ate things that are destructive naye nawe ng'obimanyi kati waliwo ba artists who know that these things are destructive naye ne bongera ne bakola ki
ne babiyimbako
naye ng'okimanyi kati yo penalty yo ndala mukama yamanyi naye tugezeewo okulaba nti twebuulira era nga twetaasa like helping each other out. You know, I like what Erica Mukisa is doing. You know her. She went through a path in life, courtesy of her grandmother, which was really painful. Naye avaayo okubuulira abantu okukola ki okuvaayo eyo mu that dark side there is hope even though they are like embraced with fear obutavaayo. So bantu bangi abavuddeyo mu mitendera mingi nnyo okuvaayo kwogera ku situations zaabwe. N'ekirala parents abazadde mufeeyo ku baana. Don't trust your child with anybody else. Waliwo incidences zendabye nti omukyala agenda n'afuna omwami omulala kati abaana bavudde nabo mu relationship eri n'abaleeta mu eno because she loves the new husband more. N'abaana n'aba neglecting to the point of bakasuka. Kati ekyo nkirabye nnyo waliwo abafuuse bamalaaya. They wouldn't have wanted that. Bali baagala okusoma. But because of step ke yatwala. So let us be foundations as parents. I mean, having a child is a gift. Abatalina baana bakimanyi. Bwaba mukama yakuwa omwana ddayo bw'oba mwafuna obuzibu wherever in your lives, wherever on your path ng'omwana oyo ali eyo omwana ajja kufuukira ekizibu mu bulamu bwo n'essanyu tojja ddifuna mu bufumbo bwo. Dayo retrace your steps. As long as you're still alive, you still have hope to make a change. Right. We are not perfect, yes, but let's correct what we have to correct. Mukama atwena amaaso agalaba. Tumusabe. Tusaasire. Tuloote ku birooto, tegeere how to move about with our lives.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
your
Sam,
time.
for having me.
It's a wonderful conversation.
Thank you, Israel.
Thank you, Israel. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for giving us your time. This is the LyfeBe podcast. Tune in next time. Please give support, Cash App, mobile money, whatever. Share, tell a friend about this podcast. And let's take the word out there. Let people know the conversations that are going. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely day and God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the LyfeBe podcast with Sami-K. Your support means the world to us. Please leave a comment, subscribe, and share to help us grow and continue bringing you valuable content. We appreciate you.